just jumped on. There's apparently a lot of trouble. I've just walked through the door, so really quick one. Hello, Herman. Just walked through the door, folks, so please bear with me. I've literally just jumped on the stream, so not set up anything. It's an impromptu. Let me just change a few settings. Just bear with me a moment, guys. I'll be back in a sec, okay? Bear with me. Try and get some pictures up, actually. It's kicking off again, folks. It's kicking off. I've just literally come on. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just setting up. Okay, we knew this was coming, didn't we? Hello, everyone. Welcome in. We're going to get some stuff up on X in a moment. Bear with me. I'm just trying to sort my settings out because I've just started this stream. Here we go. If you're watching on the replay, big up the replay crew. I do appreciate you very much. Right. Okay. Now, I know it's kicking off in London. I've been told about the London protests. And I wasn't going to cover that because it's more of the same, isn't it? It's just the same old. But now it's moving to Hartlepool. It's moving around the country. And I really wanted to see what the hell's going on. I've just got in the door and I've got people contacting me saying you need to put the news on. It's kicking off in Hartlepool now. So, right. Hope you're all okay. Please hit the like if you want to see more of this sort of content. I'm almost done. Apologies for this. I'm just setting the stream up properly. So subscribers only. I'm going to pop slow mode on as well because of any weirdos.
Sausage.
Okay, welcome in. Please hit the like button if you enjoy the content or the dislike. We're going to watch some footage now that's just coming in from Hartlepool. If you're just joining, guys, the word on the street is it's kicking off. It's kicking off in Hartlepool, folks. Now, we know it's trouble in London. Right, I'm back. Right, okay, 90 people watching. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I will talk a little bit about what I think's going on at the moment. And I do disagree with a lot of what's happening at the moment. I think that we don't want to get dragged into a lot of negativity. I do think that things needed to happen, but I don't agree with how it's happening. Footage up now of what's going on in Hartlepool. I've not even seen this yet, all right? I've just walked through the door. Okay, welcome in. So, Aldershot, what's this? Aldershot, Hampshire. Protesters are demanding migrants are evicted from a local hotel. Protests have spread from Southport to Whitehall, Hartlepool, and now Hampshire. We've had enough. But before we go on, I just want to say, and I am all for the English. I am very patriotic. I've had an absolute enough of this the way the country's gone. And I did say a long time ago, we need to get, I know I hate the left, but we needed to get a left-wing government in to make the right realise that they are on the right. When you've got a fake right-wing government in, the right can't do anything because the left say, well, you've got your lot in. Now we've got a left-wing government in, the right are finding their voice again. They're finding their patriotism and saying, I'm not doing this anymore. not doing this anymore. I think that's what's happening. But I do disagree with all of this because of those 3 children that were killed. I think this is the wrong time. If that was a migrant and it was a terrorist attack, then fair enough, but it wasn't. It was somebody who was born in Wales, and it wasn't an illegal. From what I've read, it was lies. And you've got a lot of people like Danny Tomo gassing up the public, saying it's an illegal migrant who came on a boat a month ago. I've not seen any evidence of that. And all of this violence, there's 3 families have just lost their children, right? This is not the time for this. There needs to be an uprising by the English. I totally agree with that. But this is not the right time. I think it's wrong. I really do. And what it's doing is it's ruining any movement we've got. It's making us look like we don't give a shit about these children, that all we care about is causing trouble and violence. It's not looking good. Yeah. And I feel that some of this is done on purpose, but by the shills like Tommy Robinson, Danny Tomo, these people, they're there to cause division. They're there to cause trouble. I'm not a fan. But anyway, right, now I've got that off my chest. You can disagree as well. Okay, you can disagree with me. It's fine. It wasn't illegal. I've seen the name. So was he born here? Was he born here? Now, yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? I don't think this is the time, is what I'm saying. This right now is the time to do this. Tommy Robinson is not a trouble causer. How long have you been following Tommy Robinson? Tommy Robinson is there to cause division. Tommy Robinson is a scammer. He is a scammer. All he cares about is Israel and his paymasters. Tommy Robinson is not the saviour at all. Exactly, Rose. Right? I'm not here to argue over Tommy Robinson. What Tommy Robinson has done to a good friend of mine and what he's done to that family by scamming them. Yeah, he is paid high spear thrower. He's part of the agenda. Exactly, divide and conquer. I'll never forget. I'm not educated. We'll get out then. See you later. Don't tell me I'm not educated when there's somebody who's blatantly scamming. If you're in the Tommy Robinson cult, right, and you can't see what's happening and you can't agree to disagree, then, and you want to go throwing out insults, then do one. Take yourself out, let the trash take itself out, or someone will get rid of you. Simples. Okay, right, we're going to watch what's going on. Whether you agree or not on Tommy Robinson, right, that is irrelevant, okay? I used to follow him years ago. Yeah, we all know it's Friends of Israel who pay him spear throwers. Spot on, my friend, spot on. We're going to show the video now. Like, guys, look, don't come in here telling me what to do, all right? It's my channel. Just saying. So this is Aldershot in Hampshire.
Oh, yeah. Well remembered, mate.
So this is protests in Hampshire. They are protesting against illegals. We knew this was coming. I wish this would happen The Tory party were not conservative, all right? The Tory party are part of the whole thing. It's not going to get worse under Labour. It was worse under the Conservatives. They're both the same. Rishi Sunak lost on purpose. He knew he weren't going to win. That's why he called the election, to hand over the reins to more globalists. Until we get rid of both the globalist parties, we're never going to get anywhere. It's 300 illegals a day. Kick the doctor away. Sorry, but that... It's true, though, isn't it? It's true. I don't get why this wasn't happening before. Maybe it's what's happening in Ireland with Reform getting MPs. It's like we're giving our voice back. And I'm fully behind what is happening. What I'm not behind is it happening off the back of these children being killed. Here we go. This is Aldershot as well. We're going to get on to Hartlepool in a moment.
We are at Potters International. As you can see, hello mate. As you can see, it's a fantastic turnout here today. I think what's happened around the country has got people off their backsides and they don't want to have it anymore. As you can see, brilliant turnout for a weeknight.
Space Cat, you've got
a
wrench, darling. If you need to do anything, you carry on.
And let me just say before all the left get hold of it, this isn't the EDL or far-right groups or whatever they like to label you as.
So this is, we're looking for Hartlepool now. So this was an hour ago. Now, if they're blaming the EDL, I will speak to a few people. I do know people. They've had enough. Yeah, I'm with you, Daisy. This is the thing, you see. I'm from Birmingham, right? I had to flee my own home city. I've absolutely had enough of what's happening in this country. But I'm also, we need more information on what's going on. The way the police have handled that in Southport is shocking, right? Completely. The way it's been handled is like they said it wasn't terrorism, and yet they had terrorism police involved straight away offering support, right? So clearly there was there could have possibly been a terrorist link there. We need more information on what's happened. I do know people who were in the original EDL, and I will reach out and find out. They were still going, not that long ago, a few years ago. They just weren't doing anything publicly. But they were going. Gizmo, stop it. No snake hips. Hey, it's bonking us. Gizmo, stop doing snake hips. So this is tonight in Hartlepool. Like I say, I've just come on. I'm just getting everything up now, what the hell's going on. Apparently riot police are out in Hartlepool tonight. There's protests going on all over. People have absolutely had enough. Hartlepool is out on the streets. I think this is some photos. I don't think they're videos. This is in Hartlepool. Hang on a minute. We know that there was machetes, gangs in Southend last night. People with machetes fighting. My point I'm trying to make is, right, the point I'm trying to make is these children have just been killed, right? Why did I have to leave? My city is lost. My city isn't the city that I grew up. I don't recognise it. I don't recognise my home anymore. So these children have just died. It's horrific. Absolutely. Hello, Anglo-Saxon. It's absolutely horrific. And what is happening now, we've got to think of the perception of this. Now, for your average Joe in the streets, they're going to put on the mainstream media. The mainstream media work against us at all times. So they're going to put the news on, which is what's happening, and they're going to see that there's all violence, all of these, what they're calling far right, which they're not far right, but they're calling it far right, okay? And they're going to see it and go, oh my God, look, the far right are doing this and the far right are doing that. What I'm trying to say is that it's all to make any future genuine uprising look violent. This wasn't the time. And it's just like Daisy just put, it's a free-for-all. This doesn't feel organic to me. It feels quite contrived. There's people involved in the background who want to get this going. The Manchester Arena bombings had just happened, or if there was, you know, an immigrant going around killing people, which it's happened, but is he an immigrant? The person who did that to the children, just because somebody has got a different coloured skin, yeah, oh, it's pent up. I agree, Red Eye. Just because someone's got a different coloured skin from different parents, but they were born here, to me, that isn't a good enough reason to say it's an immigrant. If you just come over on the boat, yeah, fair enough. We need more information. We need to all just take stock of what the hell is going on, right? That's what we need to do. Now, when little Emily Jones got her throat slit by an immigrant, okay, where was the uprising then? You know, after the 7/7, after the Manchester Arena, after all the stuff, hello, little Miss Sunshine, after all the stuff in London on the bridge, you remember all that, the year 2017? It was absolute hell. There was like 3 or 4 in a row. It was like, what's next? What is next? And nothing happened. There was no uprising. There was nothing, right? So why I agree that this needs to happen, I personally think that this isn't helping the situation. That's my opinion. If a dog was born in a stable, I would not say it's a horse. No, it doesn't make them English, no. That's why they're called British and not English. The families who have just lost their kids, they've asked for this to stop, right? Where's this going to end is what I'm saying. And I do think that this is years of pent-up frustration being ignored. It's a class war. The working class have had enough. We are being shoved out. Our houses are being given to people that are just arriving, we don't even know who they are. They don't like us. They hate us. And people have had enough. And I get that. But this is not the right time. Yes, Yvonne, correct. And now all of the political commentators that would usually be on our side are saying, oh, this is far right, far right. That's all you get, far right. I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. I really do. Right, okay. In my opinion, anyone that's come here in the last 5 years who isn't like a doctor or something or needed should be deported. I'm sorry, but that's what I've been saying for years. That's just what I'm saying. They should be deported and no more in. We need to stop now. It's not the right. If this turns out that this person who was born in Wales and it wasn't, you know, it terror related, it had an argument with the dad or sort of one of the parents or something like that. Beef and Duffy is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is Hartlepool tonight, folks. Now I'm going to try and get some live streams up in a minute. Just bear with me. I don't know what has caused Hartlepool to kick off. I'm trying to find out. So just bear with me. Now, we know a load of stuff was going on last night in Southport. Southend as well. Did you guys hear about what was happening in Southend? Last night, machete yobs fighting each other. Like, what has that got to do with the price of fish? This is what I don't understand. Like, what am I missing? What's that got to do with it? It's making us look like yobs. It's not helping the situation. This is what I'm trying to say. We need calm right now, right? People are hurting. People are angry. And I totally agree. Enough is enough of what they're doing with the particular situation, what's happened with these girls. We don't have any proof that it is related to any religion. I don't understand what, unless you lot have got more information than I've got. Right, so this is in the news, this is in the Mail. So this is Hartlepool. See, no, it's being reported as thugs. See, can you see what I'm saying? Yeah, look, this is not helping. You need the public on side if you're going to do an uprising. This is making the public not on side. Do we have anybody on the ground who has any live streams going of this? Do we know? Is there any live streams where we can see exactly what's happening right now? Just bear with me. I'll see if I can find something. Just bear with me, guys. Say, I've just literally come through the door. Just come through the door and seeing what's going on. So just bear with me. Oh, I mean, we've got London as well. We've got London tonight. It just feels like there's not. What is the purpose when you're doing a protest? There's a purpose. What is the purpose? What is going on? Right. So what's this now? Oh, bloody Avi enemy. Let me know what you think in the comments. I am reading them in between what I'm doing. Right, what's this now? Right, okay, so we've got some. This looks like it's coming in from London. Let's just get this up. Okay, so this is London tonight, apparently. I can't hear much. Hundreds of protests throw flares towards Downing Street. So this is going on in London. While we're looking at that, I'm going to try and grab. There's no sound, is there? I'm going to try and grab some more from Hartlepool. Just bear with me. No sound on that. If anyone's got any links to any live streams, we can see what's going on. Just let me know, and I can put up in the chat. This is tonight. This is in London. Right now, I'm looking for the stuff in Hartlepool. All right, so there's a live stream going. I'm just seeing whether there's anything going on. I'm trying to find out who's behind this. Hello, everyone coming in. Welcome. Do you know what? I don't even know what the Hartlepool stuff. I don't know anymore. And this is what I'm trying to say. When you're going to do a protest, what is your purpose? You've got to look at your purpose. What do they want? What has that got to do with the children? I think there's going to be a well-timed blackout. Yeah, quite possibly. My concern behind all this, right, is kicking off in Manchester, says Space Cat. My concern behind all this is they're doing this to bring in some new law. So he was. Martin Daubney was arrested and he was handcuffed. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Now, Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Clarice understands nothing's accidental. Now, my worry with this, folks, is, hi, Bridget, genuinely, is this a way of bringing in some sort of new law? That is my concern, right? Because now they could stop all protests. Remember, there's always a problem, reaction, solution. Hi, Ted. It has been at breaking point for years, Ted. And I knew as soon as Labour came in, this was when the right were going to unite. This is what I've been saying for a long time. You might as well just have Labour in, because the Conservatives were just Labour anyway. Exactly, Ted. Ted's saying why exactly the word heavy-handed. People have had enough. Right, so this... oh, God, it's him again. Look, protesters throw bricks and metal beam at riot police in Hartlepool. So, bloody annoying.
It was horrific, but it's so depressingly predictable and therefore avoidable. The communication from Merseyside Police, from the Chief Constable, who goes on television and says, I'm a mother, I'm a nana, please understand, I feel your pain, just doesn't butter any parsnips. It really doesn't. The communication has been appalling. The reach out to the community has failed. And because the police are so distant from the public these days, this kind of event doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Anybody could have seen it coming.
See, but why does it come, Peter? Here is the point. This is sorrow beyond belief that we're dealing with here. The police as first responders were there doing their bit.
Honestly, right, you know what? I know you guys might like him, but I can't stand the bloke anyway. So if he's been arrested, that's funny. That's how much I can't stand the bloke. So
on Monday for all of this. And these people are heroes, and these people we rely on. So why am I looking at this? Why am I looking at these scenes? Why did
people are blaming Labour for destroying the nation? They've not done anything yet. This is what I'm saying. They've not done anything yet. My head hurts from all this shit, right? Because Labour, this is all they had to do was get in. They should have got in years ago. This is all they had to do was to get their right to unite. And people kept saying, we need a Labour government. People are going, well, why do you want a Labour government? I wouldn't vote for him. I fucking hate him. But this has been ticking over. All of this has been going on under the Conservatives, guys. Yeah? All of it's been happening. Yeah, it started with Blair and it continued. It continued because they're all globalists. They're all WEF members, whether you've got Labour or Conservative in. Under the Conservatives, spending has hit a record since Second World War, right? So under Conservatives, we've had 10 million, well, since Blair, 10 million new people have come in. And under the Conservatives, it just ramped up and ramped up. There's no such thing as a Conservative Party anymore. Until we've got rid of the two globalist parties and got in, whether you like George Galloway or not, he's not a globalist, he's an old school lefty. And whether you like Nigel Farage and Reform and the right, they're not globalists, right? They're all globalists now. And until we get rid of the globalists, we're just going between the two. But what's happened is we've got Labour in now, and the people, the working class, have now said, right, I've had enough. Labour haven't even started going yet. People have had enough. They really have. And I'm with you guys with everything, but this is not the right time. 3 little girls have died, and all this is doing is making the media, giving them a reason to say, look at all these scumbags, look at all these violent thugs. And it's making any future uprising look like thugs. What does Tommy Robinson have to be in all these things? He knows full well, right? Tommy Robinson knows full well that when his name is mentioned, he will get arrested, and it will be Tommy Robinson protest, Tommy Robinson this, Tommy Robinson that. I care what the media think, because that's what the public think. The media control. Look, the media told everyone to take the jab. How many people started to take the jab because the media told us to take the jab? This is what people don't seem to understand. You've got to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture now. What's going to happen is this is all going to get quelled, right? It's all going to get quelled. Well, the public listened to the media, because why were people scared to walk down a supermarket aisle one way? They thought that if they walked the supermarket aisle the other way, they were going to catch this disease that had a 99.9% survival rate, because the media told them. When are people going to realise that the media are like a mind control? And the average man and woman is seeing this and saying, oh, look at them thugs. Look at them thugs. That's what's happening.
Why did the police become the villains in all of this?
And you've called it out this morning, Eamon, and I thank you for that. These young girls were murdered, and police officers heroically went to the scene and tried to save lives and arrested the man. But the bigger picture is that in this day and age, with identikit senior police officers who are very learned because they've been to university and they've got letters after their name, and they can write you a dissertation on reflect. They do not know what the people feel, how it is to engage with people, what it's like on the streets, and therefore the connection and the communication is frankly non-existent.
You guys are misunderstanding. I don't hate Tommy Robinson because I think he's a patriot. I think he's a shill. Tommy Robinson's not a real patriot. Real patriots don't go around scamming people and asking for 30 grand for a battle bus that got given to him. You guys don't know the half of what Tommy Robinson has been doing. It's not my place to tell what he's done. Okay, it's not my place. Right. No, I'm not. I used to support him. I support the idea of him, what he's done. I'm very patriotic. I don't agree with Tommy Robinson. With what he does, he's a shill. If I'm delusional, then why are you here? Why are you here? Like, who are you to tell me that I'm delusional? Like, what is your you know, if you're clearly completely brainwashed by Tommy Robinson, so you go ahead, you run along now. Okay, run along to your Tommy, go and give him some money. Go and give Tommy Robinson all your money. Don't forget them, give him extra money. He is a Zionist. All he cares about is Israel. That's all he cares about. Why are you here? Just go away. Why won't the trash take itself out? I'll take it out for you. See you later. Right. TI is a self-confessed controller. Yes, Clarice gets it. Clarice gets it. Oh my God, we finally got some adults in the room. Here we go. Yeah. Right. So this, apparently I'm childish when this person is calling people delusional in a chat. Because, you know, go and do your own channel. See you later. Feel free to do your own channel. He found a studio funded that never... Yeah, exactly. I want my £10 back. I'm a new listener. Are you single? Hello, Shed Guy. He was exposed to being... Yeah, he was. He was. I'm confused. What has Tommy done? Okay, now I used to follow Tommy years ago. Now, I'm not telling anyone to like or dislike him. I'm only telling you from my own personal opinion, is that I used to follow him years ago because I thought he was an English patriot, and it's all he is. Did you pay 20 quid, Ted? And basically, he got a load of money to make a documentary on the grooming gangs, and he spent it all on making an Israeli documentary over there. Then he asked for £30,000 for this battle bus, and he said, everyone needs to give me £10 tonight, and I can get this bus, and I'm going to get a studio and go on the road. And we all gave money, and then nothing happened, and we found out he got given it. And I can't say too much because it's not my place, but one of our very long-term subscribers has had him scam one of their family members who were, how can I put this, vulnerable. with learning difficulties, and he's destroyed their life. He has literally destroyed their life. He befriended them. He took their money. The whole family have been in turmoil with this, and he scammed his life savings. And then as soon as he run out of money, he just dropped him. It's bad. It's really bad. It usually goes up his nose. Remember, he's a convicted fraudster. And he goes around to all these places and he gets involved and he gets arrested and then he gets his money for his solicitors. Thank you, Yvonne. You know, you've got to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture. He did not expose the grooming gangs. That was before he came along. Yes, I spoke to Lucy Brown and she told me quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Is there my 5 shill? I'm sorry he is. It's all right, Jodie. I used to support him as well. I've gave him lots of money. I used to pay like a monthly thing. It's just all about money with him. If he genuinely cared, where was he when all the lockdowns were? Where was he when they were pushing out the old prick? Because his paymasters wouldn't let him talk about that. You know? So, oh yeah, no, it's not allegedly. He's convicted for that. He's a convicted for that. That's not allegedly. Okay, thank you, Spear Thrower. Let's get them up now. So we're gonna have we got anything? Have we got any live streams from Hartlepool, guys? Oh, he's got a lot of cameras going on, hasn't he? We want someone who's actually like got one camera. Just bear with me. I like Gerard Batten. I really did. He does work for the government. Right. Tommy Robinson is, how do I put this? He's the new Osama bin Laden. He's the bad guy, the baddie, you know. He's the worst of the worst. But actually, no, he's not. To the establishment, he's not the worst of the worst. There are far more dangerous people coming along. Who to them are dangerous anyway. So let me just have a quick look for these protests. Just bear with me a bit, guys. I won't be long. But yeah, people, when they come along and start telling people, you know, calling people names and, oh, you're delusional because they disagree with you. I don't have time for people like that. I really don't. I don't have the patience for people like that. Like, why are they here? You know, why come into a channel and just attack the host because you disagree with them? Crazy. Yeah, bad gambler. I agree. The thing is as well, I like Gerard Batten, right? Exactly, Space Cat. But some people can't, can they? Some people can't. They have to try and cause trouble. But that's fine. You know, we could move on. Terry Knowles banned again. How you doing? Exactly. Forget him. He's buggered off again now anyway, hasn't he? Right, so we're going to try and look at the protests in Hartlepool because I want to know what the hell's going on around the country. Let's see what's going on. I tried to link it. I've just seen something and it came up that was that the one that Spear Thrower just sent? There was like 5 different screens going on at the same time. Just bear with me. Why am I getting all this coming up? Note to self, never. I've got put undo, what was his name? Yeah, but he's got like 5. I've got his stream, but he's got like 5 different screens coming on. And he's just talking. I don't really want to. All I'm getting coming up is the London stuff. There's no one on the ground in Hartlepool. If this comes near me, I will be there. Okay. Now, Martin Daubney's here. So I'm going to listen. We're going to listen to Martin Daubney here because he actually got arrested tonight. And he got handcuffed and the police apologized to him because he was a journalist. But that's not good enough. What if he wasn't a journalist? Just going around just randomly arresting people.
Plans for the week ahead as Southport locals are showing their concern after yesterday night's violent riots. And now 4 men have been arrested and taken into custody. More than 50 police officers were injured after bricks, stones and bottles were thrown and cars were set alight outside a mosque following the vigil for the 3 girls tragically killed in the Southport knife attack on Monday. And GB News' North West Wing reporter Sophie Reefer is still in Southport. Sophie, welcome to the show. So a town ravaged by tragedy with the 3 killings of those children. Now the riots, in a sense, the town re-traumatised by that. And the latest news, Sophie, we have 4 arrests. Bring us up to speed.
Well, Martin, in the last half an hour or so, we've heard from Merseyside Police. They're making a request to the public to send in any videos or information they may have from those riots last night here in Southport, as that investigation is now underway. You say there were over 50. It was 53 police officers, 49 from Merseyside Police and 4 from the Lancashire Constabulary. That is because Merseyside Police asked for the other constabularies in the northwest to come and essentially give them a helping hand. They were commended this morning. Officers from Lancashire, Greater Manchester and Cheshire all made the journey to Southport to try and support their colleagues here in the Merseyside region. Those officers received injuries such as broken bones, lacerations, concussion. There were also 3 police dogs who were injured last night. Now, we've also heard in the last half an hour about these 4 men who were arrested and taken into custody. There was a 31-year-old man from St Helens. He was arrested on suspicion of violent disorder. A 31-year-old man from West Derby in Liverpool was arrested on suspicion also of violent disorder. A 39-year-old man from Southport was arrested, again on suspicion of violent disorder. And this is the crucial one here at the end. A 32-year-old man from Manchester with a probation address in Southport was arrested on suspicion of array and possession of...
Do we know what's going on? I don't... What is causing this? Yeah, I've also seen some something about somebody came in a hoodie or something, and was true patriots, right? Really, Bev. Yeah, this is what I'm saying now. Yes, Jodie, I agree. Those police officers yesterday who were it was 40 police officers hurt, right? Hi, Nikki, right? They weren't your Met Police. They weren't these riot police. They were just normal police who probably haven't even come across that sort of stuff before. Do they deserve to get beaten? Where does it end? You know, the dogs have been hurt. I don't agree with this, right? I just don't agree with it. I think we have to info on Twitter, the 17-year-old. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen his name and I've seen his picture. Now, like I've said before, Merseyside Police really, really messed up. They should have put the information out straight away. They didn't. And then they said it wasn't straight away. They said the first thing they said was it's not terrorism. Now, the big problem in this country is that the police, for how many years now, are too busy prancing around, painting rainbows on the side of their police vans and taking the knee. And we've got no respect for the police. And then whenever we want to protest, the police will come around and beat us all up with batons. But then, look, like in Leeds, yeah, they do nothing. This is what's been happening for years of 2-tier policing. And this is why people have had enough. They really have had enough. But, like I said, this particular case, there's not enough information on why did he do it? Now, he went and apparently he lived behind it. He lived right behind it. Did he know someone there? Did he? Yeah, Tink, I agree with that, hun. I think you're right. It was the PR stunt by Starmer seemed to be what sent people into a rage. I agree with that. And I don't think he should have gone. He's so arrogant, Keir Starmer. He doesn't realise that he's actually hated. He thinks because he won this huge majority, but only 20% of the country voted for him, because of our corrupt political system. But yeah, I just want to add as well, just quickly, who wants an echo chamber in here? Does everybody like being able to have their own opinion? Because, yeah, I agree, Toyota. I like having my own opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. But we can all have our own opinion. And I'm hoping that you guys feel okay to express your opinion in here without me telling you that you're delusional or to shut up or whatever, or you're stupid. And it should work both ways. So I just wanted to add that. I hope that everybody here, whether you like certain, whether you agree with the rights, whether you agree with whatnot, we've all got our own opinions, haven't we? I agree, English Buttercup. Oh, thanks, Toyona. We have free will. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Who wants a bloody echo chamber? You know? No, I like being told what to think, please. He went there and never even spoke to anyone. It was strange, wasn't it, Yvonne? The protesters are definitely getting aggravated. Yeah, it's not going to help. I vote for Brexit. Exactly, Lee. Got to go back to work. Take care, Daisy. Neva, Starmer. Yeah. Hold on. Exactly. Hang on a minute. I think my little boy needs me. Just bear with me. Hold on. Because we just got in. We've been out late. It's summer's evening and can hear things now. Late summer evening. I've been out. Just got in. Jumped on and just bear with me.
A bladed
leave this somewhere. Go and have a quick look.
Now in custody, one would assume they'll be questioned by detectives.
Bear with me, guys. Bear with me.
Based on the riot that we saw here in Southport last night. Now, Serena Kennedy of Merseyside Police has spoken out about the events of last night, condemning them, and here's what she had to say.
I'm absolutely appalled and disgusted at the level of violence that was shown towards my officers. This is the same officers who've been supporting this community for the last 48 hours. Some of the first responders who attended that awful scene on Monday and then were faced with that level of violence. This is not Southport. This is not the communities of Merseyside. This is a close-knit, family-type community who were there at the vigil to share fellowship, show their respect, grieve, speak to each other about those terrible events, and just show the families of those little girls how much this has impacted on them. And yet that turned to a night of violence, and I'm just disgusted and appalled.
Well, that's the Merseyside Chief Constable, Serena Kennedy, speaking there. And I think
I don't know about you guys, but I agree with that. Now, I'm not a fan of the police. I can't stand the police. But I agree with that. There's three families and there's still children fighting for their life. Now, I'm still trying to work out what started all the Hartlepool stuff, right? I'm still... first line bar. I love line bar. Hi, Rach. Oh, really? That's nice. I'm just catching up with chat. It's in days gone by, the police had to announce the what act did they intended to arrest. I think what's happening is that this has been ticking over and ticking over and ticking over, and this that's happened now has tipped it completely over. And I think this is the wrong thing. I really do. There's been other things before this. Now, do you know what really pisses me off? Right, and I'm going to say this now. But Dan, we already had open borders. People keep blaming Labour. I hate Labour, but this has been happening under the Conservatives. We've got to stop this perception of left and right. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing, right? There's no such thing. I forgot what I was going to say now. Let's just have a look at this. We've got a new video of this guy stalking these children. But the thing is, we don't know what the motive was. Was it because he is a racist scumbag who hates us? Was it because he was a terrorist and he was shouting Allah Akbar? Or was it because he didn't like one of the parents? I'm not saying this is an excuse, but was it because it was, he didn't, some psycho that didn't like one of the parents and he just went nuts? We don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and call for people to start rioting. And what I wanted to say, hi, Christopher. And what another thing I wanted to say is, do you know what really, really pisses me off right now? Is people who sat at home telling people that they should, that they support all this violence. Well, go on then. Go on then, bugger off. Go and do it. It's okay sitting in your house and saying we should be on the streets behind Tommy Robinson, but you're sat there. You're not the ones that have been arrested and beaten with bloody batons. This is what gets me. We need to. This should have been done in a more orchestrated way. We could have all, come together as a people, like what the Irish have done. Yeah, they've pushed the Irish and they've had enough because they've just flooded the streets with migrants. Appreciate the acknowledgement. I am, mate. I literally got in the door and just went live, and I've had no planning. I don't like streaming without any plan. I like to know what I'm doing. So that you got people that are saying like we need to just go for it and trying to incite it, but they're sat on their asses not doing anything. Yeah. Doing a change, and I think the only way, hi Bev, the only way we're going to get a change is if we get rid of the globalists. We've gone from one to the other. Right, okay, we've now got Fabians in charge. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jodie. We've now got Fabians in charge, which I do want to cover the Fabians more. But Keir Starmer is a Fabian. But with the Irish, though, Lee, they had a reason. The migrants were just appeared out of nowhere. Like literally, the Irish had hardly any immigration. Within a matter of months, they had like 1 million people come in. Okay. And that was it. That was where were we when this was happening? That's been going on for years. We did nothing. Emily Jones got slaughtered in front of her parents at 7 years old. We did nothing. Yeah. We've literally the 7-7 and the Manchester Arena, they killed our children and we were told don't look back in anger, and we did nothing. It's been bubbling and bubbling and bubbling. But now this thing here, how stupid is everyone going to look is if it's got nothing to do with race, and then when something does happen, when there is another crazy Islamist goes around killing people, everyone's going to say, oh, well, you went mad last time and you were wrong. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? Anyway, let's watch this. There's a video here. Apparently, this is the killer. New video shows Southport knife man stalking the streets moments before killing 3 girls. Do we have any updates on those children in hospital? Yeah, I know Anglo-Saxon. You see, I'm an Anglo-Saxon, right? I am a proper, my heritage goes back to Anglo-Saxon, and I'm proud of my history. And I'm English. I'm British second, I'm English. I love my country, right? I hate what's happening to my country. But this is the wrong way to go about it. What we should do, we should come together, orchestrate it properly. We could have done mass protests in all the towns at the same time, where now it's on the back of violence, and all we're getting now from the media, even the right-wing media, all they're saying is it's just Tommy Robinson thugs. Yeah, Geordie first. Yeah, I agree with that. Geordie. Yeah, exactly. Anglo-Saxon, my Anglo-Saxon brother from another mother. We need to get back to our roots. And for the people that say that Anglo-Saxons aren't indigenous because they came over, 1,500, 1,600 years ago, I think that's indigenous enough for me. Yeah. You've got people living on islands, like I think there's the Maoris. They've been there since, I think it's 1100. Can you imagine going to tell them that they're not indigenous? It's just a joke. It really is. Anyway, this is this video. This is this guy. This now. I'm going to stop going off to a rant, all right? I'm going to try not to. Oh, the hedgehogs are back. Right, I've got ads here. Hang on. I want to make it bigger. Get away. All right, here we go.
Watch the reflection in the car window.
Here we go,
A
folks.
suspected mass murderer is about to come into view. Where is he going? Hood up and face hidden behind a mask. At just gone 11 on a sunny Monday morning. It was enough for neighbours to notice and wonder.
To see a man in a green hoodie walking past. It's just scary. You don't know if he's looking for something to do or if he's don't know what's going through his mind.
We don't know what the suspect did beyond sight of the camera, but in the direction in which he was walking, several doors down, he would have reached a social club where there was due to be a drama class for children later that day. A few minutes further, there's a skate park on Hesketh Avenue where children could have been enjoying their summer holidays. And still within a short distance is a row of businesses, including a corner shop selling sweets and drinks. 5 minutes later, he returns, striding towards the... This time, we see one hand hidden inside his hoodie, his face still covered with a mask. On Monday, we obtained separate CCTV footage of the same suspect pacing across a driveway at 11:23. Neighbours say he got into a cab shortly afterwards, before the driver unwittingly delivered him to the children's club, where dance turned to death in a moment.
So let me just get this straight. That pacing, I thought that was after it happened. So that was before. No, you don't have to, Christopher, but my born surname is the number one Anglo-Saxon surname. My married surname is Welsh. Right, hi Lulu. Hi everyone, by the way. I've not really been seeing chat. I've seen a bit of chat. They have enabled it. I just want to get back to that a sec. So this guy, right, what I think they were trying to say there is he was outside his house, right? Now he walked past. Now at that point, wouldn't it be funny, Christopher? At that point, he could have. You were long lost cousin. Not really. He could have. What they was trying to say was he's walked past a social club with kids in. He's walked past. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the chat. He's walked past a social club with kids in. He's walked past a paper shop. Why didn't, if he wanted to go and kill children, what a sicko, but if he wanted to go and kill children, why did he not go then? It doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like, is it a case of he had a reason for going there? What was his reason? Did he know them? Now, is it true that he'd only just moved to the area and he was born in Wales? Does anyone confirm that? You see, I'm reluctant to put these things out because I don't know whether they're true or not. I've been told that he'd just come over on a boat a month ago, right? I don't want to know the picture that I've been sent of him. There's no way that's him because he's quite a chunk. That's not a chunk. Okay, Space Cat, love. So let's just get this straight. He went back. He got in a taxi.
2 hours later, the mask.
I just want to say this as well, folks, before we continue. Hi, Joe. I just want to say this as well. Did you know that the reason how we got in, this is what's so heartbreaking, is they left the door open because it was so hot. They propped the door open. Now, that door should have been shut because it was a holiday club. It should have been closed down to people just wandering in. And that's how safe they thought they were. Hi, John. That's how safe they thought they were, that they could prop the door open for some fresh air. And that's how he got in. Now, you imagine how those teachers or whoever was in charge must feel. One of them. Yeah, probably, Dan. You see, I thought this was after. It wasn't. Lulu, it's beyond comprehension what he's done. Yeah, it is negligence, but one of them is fighting for their life. One of the teachers is fighting for her life. She jumped in front of the children. And another teacher that got away unscathed locked the children in the toilet. Now, I was in tea. I couldn't. It took me ages to make that video yesterday. I was too upset. Right. Yvonne says his mother and father were immigrants. He was born in Wales. You see, to me, all this coming over on a boat last month and that, so that was all lies then. Now, do you see, if I'd run with that, it would have escalated things further and got people more angry. Do you see why Tommy Robinson, not Tom Robinson, Danny Tomo, he's got a lot to answer for with this. He's another one. Look into his past. These are not grassroots protesters. These are people that have been put there.
Monday, we obtained
separate. This bit again, guys. Okay. Yeah, we're looking at what's the protest, Joe. I struggle to talk about it as well, my love.
CCTV footage of the same suspect pacing across a driveway at 11:23.
Right, 11:23, and he gets in a taxi, and that poor taxi driver, hi Sue, that poor taxi driver knows. You imagine he's got to live with that forever. Yeah, he is. You're right, Jeff Swig. Danny Tomo is literally Tommy Robinson's T-boy. He's got some skeletons in his closet. I'm telling you now. Have a look into Danny Tomo, what he did. That poor taxi driver, guys. That poor taxi driver. He dropped them off. Yeah, Skrill Sniper knows exactly what I'm talking about. Paula, it's weird. They clearly aren't used to this. The police, they're not. They thought, let's just not say anything. You know, it's just made it worse. But this has been brewing over. This is all to do with the two-tier policing. Suella Braverman warned about this. It was brushed under the carpet. You know, they're blaming Labour. It's all of them. All of them. Get rid of them, right? Get rid of the monarchy. What are they for now? They're German anyway. Get rid of them. Let's get rid of them and clear out Parliament and start again and get people in that give a shit about this country. That's what needs to happen.
Neighbours say he got into a cab shortly afterwards, before the driver unwittingly delivered him to the children's club,
that poor
where dance turned to death in a moment.
Oh, no.
2 hours later, police arrived at the property. The suspect had last been seen outside. Neighbours say his parents were put into separate police cars and held for several hours. We now understand they have been moved to a safe house.
Right, so right. Is that his parents' house? Let me just watch this bit again, sorry. This is new footage tonight. I've not seen this before.
Parents were put into separate police cars and held for several hours. We now understand they have been moved to a safe house. As for the suspect, we still don't have any motive. What was he thinking?
He's not white. I'm not saying that that's a reason. I'm not going to go around saying if he's not white, then it must be racist.
In these last minutes,
I think that Oscar should be Prime Minister.
When did those thoughts turn to murder? Paul Brand, ITV News, Southport.
It's just completely fucked up, this is. But yeah, we haven't had an English monarch for over 1,000 years. Right? Our monarch isn't English. They're German. And before that, we had French. Yeah, Oscar should be Prime Minister. Right, hang on, I'm just looking at Richard Rwanda is mainly Christian. Yeah, I think, it is, isn't it? You're right, it is. So we still don't know. Yeah, he does. So we still the lizards. You see, I've always been very royalist. This honestly, I've been very royalist. I'm very patriotic, but the way the country's gone, especially under the king, but what sort of queen allows that to happen? What sort of queen allows their country? I don't want to go off on it, but So the best thing for me to do, right, is to break this down separately, because my brain's a bit frazzled on what's caused this tonight with the Hartlepool and the London. Now, why? We'll have a look at the London in a moment. But what I don't get, right, is, you know, the Nottingham attacks. What happened in Nottingham? Why didn't this happen then? Do you know why? Because Conservatives were in power. This is what I keep saying. Why you've got a fake right-wing government, you're all right, Will, you're good. Why you've got a fake right-wing government, the working class won't do anything. It's like they needed a little light bulb to go off. We got the lefties back in. We got the Blair lot back in. Tony Blair's literally pulling the Starmer strings. And now people are saying, I've had enough. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the whole problem in this country is the globalists. And it's not just, people are blaming the immigrants. Now, who's bringing them over? Who's allowing them in? It's, you know, they're going to do it, aren't they? They think they're going to get a better life, you know? They think they can come here, they can take the jobs and that. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I blame the people that are allowing it to happen. What does Emma say? I'm missing so much chat. We've got to remember the kids now. I agree, Yvonne. Hi, Marcus. We need to. This is the devil in disguise. But he's not the. But he's one of many. Why? Thanks, Space Cat. Why wasn't this happening after the Nottingham attacks, where 2 young people and a caretaker were murdered? They were murdered, and he got in a mental hospital. It was premeditated. The one last year, it was premeditated. He planned it all, and they said he was insane. An insane person doesn't plan it all. Yeah, just a uni party. That's all there is, Tink. Yes, I agree, lovely jubbly. I totally and utterly agree. Yeah. I know they do Terry Knowles band again. And I'm, you know, but it's been allowed. It's been allowed to happen. Saw something about Russia. Oh, yeah, that's just bullshit. It's blame the Russians. They blame the Russians for something the other day, and I can't remember what it was now, but I was pissing myself at it. What was it now? It's always the Russians. It's the Russians' fault. Everything's the Russians. The thing is, they blame is on mental health. I know, they do, Dan. Kids are the spark. Look at Ireland. What they're doing what's happening in Ireland is disgusting. They've literally just flooded the country with all these migrants. Yeah. And where did the hotel thing come from, folks? Didn't come from under Labour. Come from under the Conservatives. Because all their mates are getting backhanders from the hotels. Cup of anger is overflowing. Yeah, and the thing is, Yvonne, it's not just that, though. It's the whole thing. It's all the way that they are brainwashing our children. They are telling us that we can't, you know, they're telling us how to think, wrong think. People are losing their jobs for saying the wrong thing. Police are arresting people for a post on social media because they, I don't know, they disagreed with giving children puberty blockers. You know, it's not just one thing. And then you've got all the migrant thing coming on, and it's literally like the backbone of this country, of England. It's more in England, but, you know, they're all suffering. You know, Wales haven't even got going yet or what they're going to get, but then they've got a lot of mountainous regions, so they can't really build that much in Wales. Now, tell me who hasn't got new houses by them. They're having to build a house every minute just to allow for the people that are coming in. People have had enough, and this killing of the children has turned a switch. But what I'm trying to say is that this isn't the right time now. Because we're going to look at how they're reporting this in the mainstream media. And the mainstream media is important because they listen to it. There's no point sitting there in an echo chamber with some people that agree with you. You've got to look at the bigger picture. The mainstream media are working for the government, and they brainwashed an entire nation to walk certain ways down supermarket aisles and to take these medications that we can't talk about, but they were untested, high North Country Girl, blah, blah, blah. That is how much power they have. It's mind control. Yeah, but the thing is, I think white Europeans are like 6% of the world. But if you take out like some of the Eastern Europeans and you just go to like the Northern Europeans, something like 2% of the world. We're a minority. But you can't say that. Well, I can. I just did. Right. What is the right time? Yeah, the Toyota owner, that's what I'm saying. The right time would have been when that vile thing killed those people in Nottingham, or protest outside hotels. We're protesting for something. Do you understand? For something. So let's just say they've been putting all these people under in these hotels. Let's just say, hello, fair enough. Let's just say all of us who had a hotel full of migrants got together and went and protested outside each one. Eventually, they would have had to shut them down. That is the sort of stuff we need to be doing. When that killer went and killed those people, that was premeditated. That's when we should have done something. But now these children have been killed, and we don't even know if it's related to religion. We don't know. And now we've caught there's now violent clashes. There was people with machetes fighting last night on Southport on the beach. What's that got to do with the price of fish? Do you see what I'm saying, guys? This isn't helping. We need to organise and protest. The migrant thing is one thing. I would say again, homeschool if you can. And if you can't because you're busy at work, get a group of people together. There's more and more people homeschooling all the time. And we can, you can get like, let's just say there's like 10 kids, I don't know, and 5 families. Swap it between you, you know, like one day, if the other people are at work, then you take the children. Do our ways about it. Because our children are being brainwashed to hate themselves. And that is a big problem in this country. That is a massive problem. Our children are being sexualised. This isn't just about immigration. It's the whole globalist agenda. And people have had enough. Hi, little George. And it spilled over. Hi, Sophie. The London one happening tonight had some scary shit. I'm going to have a quick look at this video now. But have you noticed when it was the other way round, then they didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. You know, hi, Martin. Yeah, machete. Yeah, but what's that got to do with what's... I don't get why they're going around with machetes and attacking police dogs. I'm not going to sit here, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone to go out and start beating up police officers. It's just... Anyone that's sat at home on the computer telling everyone to go and that this is fine and go and do it, then they should go and do it themselves. That Hugh thing, man. I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow night on the Hugh stuff. What am I doing tomorrow? What day is it? Thursday. Yeah, I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow night if you want me to. We'll go through all the stuff that we know on Hawley Hugh. Ugh. Sorry about the ads, guys. Get some money. Why can't I get rid of the ad? Finally. Oh God. Oh my tummy. Oh my God. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for these people. He's not even there. Oh my God. Forget Tommy Robinson. Think about your country. Yeah. God. My brain hurts trying to work out what's wrong with these people. I'm embarrassed for these people.
But this is the scene outside.
Tommy Robinson is laughing at these people. You do know this. He's pissing himself at these people. You couldn't make it up, could you? Don't talk. Yeah, hero worship. You don't give a shit about these people. The thing is, though, Sue, they should be standing for what they want, not what this paid actor is telling people to want. He's a convicted fraudster. He's been convicted for beating his missus. And he's just, all he is he's controlled opposition. And they can call him far right. Tom Robinson isn't far right. How can he be far right when he's part of he supports Mossad and gets funded by Israel? Think about it. Far right, yeah. They're calling him an NAZI. How can he be an NAZI if he is funded by Israel? Think about that. He isn't far right. But they want the public to think he is. It's so that they can group everyone together who supports him and put him in a little far right category and deperson you. This is what's happening. And all he ever talks about is Islam. Islam's just one part of it. There's more to it than that. So he goes on about, like, you know, female genital mutilation in the Muslims in the Islamic community. What about what they do to boys? That's mutilation as well. He won't talk about that. He only talks about what he's told to talk about. And I genuinely had a lot of respect for Gerard Batten, who was in charge of UKIP. He got forced out because he associated with Tommy Robinson and he was called far right. Couldn't make this shit up.
Inside Daubney Street, around 1,000 protesters have converged here following a massacre in Southport on Monday, where 3 girls were killed in a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. Some of the protesters here tonight have said that this scene is for the children. Well, so far, those protesters have hurled beer cans, glass at some of the riot cops. Around 200 riot police that have assembled outside the gates of Downing Street in order to protect them.
Hang on a minute. What is this going to do for the children? Am I missing something? He is a stepping stone. Who said that? Barrow. I agree. Just like Alex Jones is a stepping stone. He is. But because at the moment, anyone associated with him is seen as far right. Hi, Skip. It's a frustrating time. I think we all need to just calm down, yeah, and not get carried away, because we're all sat at home and telling people to it is a massive thing, furry, but they do it to boys though. In America, it's literally the norm. They've only just started to ask the parents now. You whisked away for the snip. They're told it's for cleanliness. It's not cleaner. It's what they're told. You know, but we're told to not question the other side. We're told not to question it. Why? We've been brainwashed. What have we got trolls in again, Space Cat? And people got nothing better to do. It's crazy. Literally walked through the door about, you know, and I came on. Yeah. I don't sit online all day. I've been out. I've been doing stuff with my family. People need to get out and touch some grass and stop just obsessing over other people on YouTube. Just, you know, everyone just take a chill pill. You're all right, Space Cat Love.
Stop this protest from getting away from the gates of number 10. There was a march attempted earlier down towards the south of the Senator, towards College Green and other areas that will be very identifiable to some of the readers on the website as well. This scene, however, though, has turned slightly more intense in the last 20 minutes. Police have tried to kettle some of those protesters in at this scene, and in return they've been hit with some glass, some cans, some protesters asking them why they're doing this, accusing them of not being English. A lot of Union Jacks flying here. These protesters say that this march represents the English...
No, it's Union flag, because it's not at sea, and They've got a St George behind you. You're not. Why won't you mention the St George?
Resistance as such against violence like that seen on Merseyside earlier this week, although there have been some unsavoury scenes here tonight, and those unsavoury scenes could continue for a couple of hours yet. Everyone else is on the
I just want to say as well, this isn't anything new, you know. This has been going on for years. I've seen some horrendous things happen. Before the lockdown, like 2018, 2019, there was a lot of protests in London. And it was a very small movement then. People were sick of all the immigration. This was like before Boris got in. And there was a hell of a lot of police brutality back then. And there was a lot of provocateurs, like Based Amy used to go around and poke at the police and take the piss out of them until they arrested her, which then made the police become arseholes to members of the public. And whether you agree with her or not, she did create a lot of these problems because she was always poking at the police. Now, the police now hate us. That's just a fact. They don't like us. It's probably the worst place to protest because they're all ready to go. We can't. I'm just reading the chat. Tomo was leading all of this. Dano, and when it kicks off, yeah. He's an idiot. I'm sorry. He's probably insisted coppers were in right gear. The world is a beautiful place, and sadly it seems a lot of people to mess it up. Now, like I was saying before, right? If your granny or your auntie, your average person who's actually starting to realise that their town, their city, their village is changing, if they haven't already noticed, they're noticing now, right? Everything's gone up. Rent's gone through the roof. Wages are low because of all the migrants. And it's happening, right? And people are starting to think, you know, look at all the votes for reform. Giving you an example now. Reform got 4.1 million, maybe more in the end votes. People are starting to have enough. Now, if they're starting to have enough, but they look on the news and they see all this, what are they going to say? Oh, look at them, look at the you know, the Yobbos and the England flags and Tommy Robinson. And then they go, oh, they're all as bad as each other. And then they shut off. That's what's going to happen now. That's what's happening. And it's all a way of creating this far right. They're saying, oh, it's far right. These people are genuine patriots. They've been led down the garden path by false idols like Tommy Robinson. That's what's happened. They're literally led down the garden path. He's buggered off. Tomo's buggered off. And now they're paying the price. They're the ones that are going to be arrested and in trouble and getting beaten. Where was Danny Tomo during lockdown when little old grannies were getting beaten for going outside of their hours exercise? There was grannies being beaten up in London. One guy got killed. You didn't hear about all this. I watched it when it was going on. There was the first lockdown protest. I think it was in the summer of 2020, and a guy got crushed by police to death. He died. Couldn't breathe. He died. No one covered it. Where was Tommy Robinson and all that then? They were nowhere. They were supporting it because of their paymasters told them to. It's what I hate is it's the choosing of what they're going to protest about. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Anglo-Saxon. Big up Omen the Tosser. What are people saying? And they were getting people to give their details. The journey. Yeah, exactly. Because there's just, and you know, some people see this and they think that Tommy's the answer. He's not the answer. He's just a narcissist, you know. He got all his donations and went and got veneers done. He was turkey teeth. He couldn't even speak the other week. He was being interviewed on Unity News Network, and I was pissing myself. He had really badly fitted veneers. Oh, you know, your Messiah is a coke addict who's a convicted fraudster. It's all part of the agenda. Like, oh, you got your tattoo. Like, they're going to go, oh, look, there's a tattoo thug there. You know, your stereotypical England fan. He looks like an actor. A lot of these will be provocateurs to make it look bad. Now, that looks like a Hitler sign. It's to try and make it look like they're all far right, blah, blah, blah. Now, I totally get this. The children, you know, the Israel flags are out. Look, but how is that going to help? How is this for those kids? We don't even know why they were killed yet. Well, I personally call for calm. I don't think this is the answer, not at this moment in time. I don't know what this is going to do to help the situation. The country's fooked. There's children, there's people being killed. Was it 18 stabbings over the weekend in London alone? And they're just going to, you know, it's a major problem in this country. It's just, the country's fucked. But yeah, we do need to do something. 1,000,000%. I don't know who that is. Who's that? Oh no, that's Jenny Stancombe, whose 7-year-old was killed. Oh, that poor lady. She called for calm. Just read the article, folks. Just give me a sec. Oh. Demonstrators fought with police, with officers wielding shields. Like, yeah, what are they demonstrating? What do they want? What do they want in return for this? You got to choose your battles. Get in there. Did a good interview with Tommy that you might want to watch. Sorry, who did? David Clues at Unity News did some really good work with Tommy Robinson. One of the mums has made a statement. I thought so, lovely jubbly. You can't imagine the pain. Can't imagine the pain. And people are really, really angry. And I totally get why. Rioters were pushed away from the gates of number 10. Now, Martin Daubney was arrested. Let me just see if I can find the video. Just bear with me. The guy from GB News. I like him. He's all right. He used to be an MEP, didn't he? For the, was it UKIP? I think it was UKIP, wasn't it? He got arrested for no reason. And then once he explained who he was, they let him go. But the thing is, though, is that what if he wasn't who he was? Do you know what I mean? Like, they've let him go now, but normal people are being arrested. Right, I found the video. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to come off in a sec. Right, okay. Could you put me
Pasta.
no, a Chicago time.
Right.
And a chips.
Right.
Thank you. I've not even eaten yet, guys. I just walked through the door, like I say. I'll come straight on. I've not even eaten anything today. See what I do for you lot, eh? Right, I think this is it. Right, here we go.
Streets of Britain, this time in the heart of Westminster, as protesters clashed with riot police outside Downing Street. Crowds have been heard chanting, "Save our kids" and "Stop the boats" in central London. And we've also seen protesters attempt to kick down fences. The Met Police have...
Now I can get behind that. Stop the boats. Yes, stop the boats. That I fully agree with, and that is what we should be protesting about. They shouldn't be coming in. We need to say enough's enough for that. But this isn't how we do it. We go and protest at the hotels. All we're doing is giving Khan more ammunition for his police to attack English people. That's all this is.
Have placed strict...
I've got to say, why is the Israel flags there? What's that got to do with the price of fish? See what I mean? Tommy supporters, Israel. You know, it's got nothing to do with it.
Conditions on the Enough is Enough protest. Well, I'm joined now by GB News star Martin Daubney, who was at the protest and ended up in handcuffs. Take a look.
I'm a journalist. I'm doing my job.
See that then? Conditions, isn't it?
I can show every day 3 till 6 a.m. You can't seriously. I'm a journalist at GB News recording. I'm Martin Daubney.
Now, Martin, I know that you prefer handcuffs recreationally. So what happened today?
So I work in Westminster, as you know, for GB News, and on my way home to the Underground is the Cenotaph. So I walked down there and I saw a sizable protest of people that were shouting all the things you just mentioned. We want our country back. Enough is enough. Save our kids. And as a journalist, I often go down there and film these protests. And I was just stood right by the Cenotaph filming it. And a few bottles were getting thrown. I saw about 4 or 5 arrests. And a female officer came towards me, and she slapped a cuff on my right hand and pulled it behind my back. And I've got to say, Mark, they were absolutely fine about it. I explained I was working as a journalist. I work at GB News, and a senior officer came over and said, "Yeah, we know who Martin is." I go to quite a few of these things in my capacity as a journalist, and they quickly uncuffed me. And I carried on filming. So there was a huge frustration on the streets. But I'll say this, Mark. I understand people's frustration, but I wonder if bottling coppers in London is the proportionate reaction to what we're seeing on the streets of Southport, Southend, and the rest of it. So I've got to say there was huge frustration. You can see there that's me just getting cuffed by the copper. She was saying that there's a displacement order around here. You're not allowed to be here. I explained to her I was a journalist. I explained I worked at GB News, and it was over very quickly. I don't know, over dramatize this. I was just doing my job as a journalist, and they were very fair and very reasonable with me.
Okay, do you think, though, there was evidence of two-tier policing in what happened in central London, perhaps compared to what happened in Southport last night? And
I've been on lots of these protests. I was at the Cenotaph protest when coppers were putting the baton into the lads there. There's footage again of me restraining one of the fellas there. He was about to get a severe kicking. I pulled him back.
Hi, Pat.
And I think I did him a favour. In fact, his daughter messaged me, said, "Thank you, Martin, for saving my father from what could have been a far worse fate."
Yeah, I remember the poll tax riots. And do you remember all the what do you call it, the fuel duty as well? That was a purpose, you see. This is just anger. You got to have a purpose. You got to regroup. You got to focus. Right, we want to stop the boats. Right, send our men down to the coast where they're all coming in. This is what I don't get. If I lived down there, they should create literally a human shield of our people down there. And when they get off the boat, say, "Fuck off, do one." Honestly, you may laugh at me. Right? Tell them to piss off. Go to the hotels. If you want to, I'm not telling people what to do, but if you want to protest, get yourself arrested in London and get yourself beaten up by a copper isn't going to help anything. Go to the hotels. Protest outside your local hotel. You know, there's ways and means around it. This isn't going to change anything. I understand what's going on.
But on the other hand, Mark, policing into the protest for the pro-Palestine mob, and there is definitely a feeling that they stand off and soft soak them. I went to one of those protests before, again, footage on GB News. I was egged, I was harangued, I was kind of chased away, I had fluid thrown over me. Again, in my capacity as a reporter, as a journalist. I would argue that there is a distinct feeling with a lot of justification that we see two-tier policing. Tonight, for example, I've got footage of a huge wall of police. There we go. I sent that through earlier, of riot police in the full tackle, kettling, walking people down the street. And we don't see that kind of footage, for example, in Hare Hills. We don't see that when there is a different protest type.
Definitely,
so
and we also didn't, to interrupt you,
feeling.
Yeah, to interrupt you, we didn't see it at those weekly so-called peace marches in which people were waving banners saying Intifada, which means suicide bombs on buses, or from the river to the sea, which means wiping out Israel. Martin, briefly, if you can, this march was based around, this protest was based around sort of the mantra of enough is enough and save our kids. In a line or two, what exactly was the protest about?
The protest was precisely about the incident in Southport, the feeling that there is two-tier policing, the feeling that British people aren't being listened to, and all of this spills over. And Mark, they need to start listening sharpish. Yeah. These kind of protests won't go away. And most people there were peaceful. They don't want trouble, but they want to be listened to. And we've got to start listening very, very quickly.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to save our kids, you should probably head down to the BBC.
Trusted in the media, no, but I do think Martin Daubney, I don't think he's a shill. There's shills here, there, and everywhere, isn't there? But people go on about everyone gets called a shill now, and this is what pisses me off. Like they're like, oh, that's a shill, that's a shill. But you'll never get anywhere if you think that every single person is a shill. Now, you just got to pick and choose like what makes the most sense. Now, that obviously happened because he's just filmed it, that happened exactly, Rose. Yes, it's been coming. No night space, cat love. Anyway, just woke up, blimey, I'm ready for bed. I've not even eaten yet. I came in to see what I do for you lot. Look, I take it for the team. I love you, Sid. They had kids at the protest. Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah, I did notice that. Why were the kids there? Yeah, I like Michelle. Yeah, I agree, Rose, and him. Yellow Paul Thorpe seems to be a good guy. I don't know. I've not seen him. Right then. Okay, I'm gonna go. So don't trust in man, trust in Jesus. Exactly, Michael.
Seriously, we need to talk about this issue.
He's really greedy. Oscar's got. Is it because can he not reach the hay again? Right, guys. No, so he's really greedy, isn't he? Because he can't reach the hay. Oscar's so greedy. What else are people saying? Right, I'm going to go. So again, I literally jumped on. I know, Fairy, I know. Like I've literally hardly streamed. My pleasure, Bad Gambler. I've literally, the only streams that I've been doing have been out and about. I try and, but in the better weather, I'm out all the time. I've not been doing any streams from home like this. But I will jump on if something happens. And when I seen all that tonight, take care, Pat. Love to Beck, love. When I seen that tonight, I Cosmic, you've missed it again. You're always at the end. Thank you very much, Herman the Tosser. So yeah, people may not agree with what I say. That's okay. You don't have to agree. We can all agree to disagree. My pleasure, Jodie. Thanks for being here, my love. We can all agree to disagree, but we do it nicely. We don't call people names because we don't agree with them. And the people that are saying let's go down there and shout Tommy Tommy and all that shit, instead of telling people to do it, you go and fucking do it. We are headed into the new age, Pen. Well, let's just wait and see. Take it a day at a time. I try not to worry about I don't want to sit here and stress you all out and say this is all happening and this, I don't want to do that. I try and keep a positive spin where I can, right? And all I want to say is love your kids. Give your kids a big hug because 3 families have lost their children. We mustn't forget about that. I always exercise my legs every day. Bloody hurt my knee. And if you can homeschool, you know, we've all got things we can do, little things to start trying to get away from this hive mind of this, you know, teaching the children all these 100 genders and teaching children that it, you know, you shouldn't be worrying about that. The kids, you can worry about that when you get to an adult. We've got enough crap when you get to a grown up and worrying about all that stuff. Leave the kids alone. Yeah. And that is a big part of what really gets to me about today's society. But then on the other hand, you've got Islam that is absolutely against even gay people, let alone trans people. And yet we worship in Islam that hates that. This is what hurts my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sooner or later, it's going to come to a head. You've got one arm, you've got, like, you know, the one brigade who tell everyone that we're not allowed to question anything because we're far right or whatever. Then you've got the Muslims who don't want even sex education, nor like heterosexual sex education for the kids, let alone learning about anything else. And we're supposed to like worship both sides. This is just gonna, something's gonna give soon, and it's literally eating themselves alive. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. It really is. Right. Back again, Pen. Oh, darling. I'm sorry to hear that, Jen. Jen's been going through a lot. Sending you love, my love. Can't have a country of country. It doesn't work, Furry. And then on top of that, you've got two-tier policing. You've got everyone. You can't be, you know, you got one side of the protest, you'll be mollycoddled, and the other side of the protest, your own people, you'll be beaten up and arrested. It has come to a head, Jodie. I just think that this particular reason, we should know the facts. And there's a few players involved, and I don't like where it's going. They did win in the end. But I'm not even going to get into that because a lot of the people that came over were originally from Britain. But that's a whole new thing. And getting 10 wives under shrink. Yeah. Always look on the bright side of life. Oh, the hair is all right. No. They're not coping. Gizmo's not coping at all. A massive thank you to Anne for her healing work. She's been really kind, and Gizmo has not had any popping dislocated knees today. Whether that's helping, I don't know. It's deliberate. They're playing all sides, and no one can win. Exactly. It's way more than 2T. The police independent. Yeah, and it's not just culture though, is it, Dan? It's class. It's a class war. It's us against them. We should stop fighting over stupid things and all come together, because there's more of us than there is of them. The 1%, they want us to all fight over race, religion, colour. We should all be coming together as humans and fighting the elites. Anyway, take care, everybody, and have a good one. And give your kids a big hug. Obviously, they're probably in bed now, like mine is. But yeah, I'm heartbroken for those families, those children. But yeah, we do have a great heritage. I'm proud of my heritage. I go back to as far as when the Normans invaded in 1066. We just won the Battle of Hastings and the Battle of Stamford Bridge, and then they came in, and William. And anyway, I'm not going to get into a history lesson, but anyway, we go back that far. Okay, right. Good night, guys. God bless. Lots of love, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.